Stop for a second. What if I told you there's a simple secret, so simple it almost sounds like a lie, capable of multiplying your money in just a few years, without winning the lottery, without being rich, and without working twice as hard? Most people will go their entire lives without ever understanding this. And it's not because it's difficult. It's because no one ever explained it the right way. So before we continue, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what you're about to learn can literally change the way you see money forever. Now pay attention to this. There are two ways to live financially. The first is how almost everyone lives. You work, earn money, pay bills, and at the end of the month, there's little or almost nothing left. The second way is completely different. In it, money starts working for you. And here's the point that changes everything. It's not about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. Let me tell you a simple story. Imagine two people. John and Peter. They both earn exactly the same salary. They have the same bills. They live in the same city. But after a few years, one of them is broke. And the other is building wealth. What happened? Luck? Inheritance? No. One single different decision. Peter decided to learn something that John completely ignored. Something that seems small at first, but grows, and grows, until it gets out of control. Like a snowball rolling down a mountain. Now hold on to this. That snowball has a name. And when you understand it, everything changes. But before I reveal exactly what it is, let me show you why most people never manage to get rich, even working hard their entire lives. Because here's the truth no one tells you. The system was designed to keep you busy, not to make you rich. You were taught to study, work, pay bills. But never taught how to make money grow. And that's exactly why you need to understand what comes next. Because this is the turning point. The moment when some people start building wealth, while others stay stuck in the same place. And it all starts with a concept so simple. It feels like you already know it. But I guarantee you, you still haven't understood it the way you should. And when you do, it will be impossible to see money the same way again. That snowball I told you about has a name. And that name is compound interest. It may sound complicated. But in reality, it's one of the simplest, and most powerful, things in the world of money. Let me explain it as if you were 10 years old. Imagine you have $100. And you put that money somewhere it earns 10% per year. In the first year, you earn $10. Now you have 110. So far, pretty normal. But in the second year, something different happens. You don't earn just $10 anymore. You earn 10% of 110. Which means $11. Now you have 121. Do you see what happened? You started earning money, not only on what you invested, but also on the money your money already generated. Now hold on to this. Because this is where things start to get interesting. In the third year, it's no longer 121. It's more. In the fourth, even more. And after a few years, this growth starts accelerating in an absurd way. Like a snowball that starts small, but becomes massive as it rolls downhill. And here's the secret that almost no one understands. At the beginning, it feels like nothing is happening. It feels slow. It feels useless. It feels like it's not worth it. And that's exactly why most people give up. They want fast results. They want money now. They don't have the patience to wait for something to grow. But people who actually become rich think differently. They understand one simple thing. Time is more important than money. Let me prove it to you. Two people start investing. One starts today. The other decides to wait 5 years. Both invest the same amount every month. Do you know what happens? The person who started first, even investing less money overall, ends up with much more. Why? Because of time. Time is the fuel of compound interest. Without time, nothing happens. With time, everything grows. And now you start to understand the mistake most people make. They say, "I'll start when I have more money." But that's exactly what prevents them from growing. Because what matters most is not how much you start with. It's when you start. Now think about this for a second. What if you had started 5 years ago? How much money would you have today? And more importantly, how much could you have in 5 years? If you start now. But wait. Because understanding compound interest is just the beginning. There's one detail that separates those who truly multiply money from those who just invest and go nowhere. And that detail is what makes money grow much faster. And almost no one talks about it. Now pay very close attention. Because this is what separates people who truly multiply money from those who spend years investing and barely move forward. You already understand compound interest. You already understand that time matters. But there's a silent enemy that destroys all of this without you noticing. And its name is consistency. But not in the way you think. Most people believe investing is something you do when you have money left over. This month I have extra. I invest. This month is tight. I don't invest. And it sounds harmless. But this is a massive mistake. Because compound interest needs one thing: rhythm. It needs consistency. It needs you to feed that snowball non-stop. Now imagine this. You're pushing a snowball down a mountain. If you stop, it doesn't just stop growing. It loses momentum. But if you keep pushing, even slowly, it gets bigger and bigger, and more powerful. That's exactly how money works. Now let me show you a realistic scenario. Person A invests $200 every single month, without fail. Person B invests $200, but only when possible. Sometimes they invest, sometimes they don't. After a few years, the difference between them isn't small. It's massive. And it's not because person A is smarter. It's because they understood something simple. Consistency beats intensity. It doesn't matter if you invest a lot once and then stop. What really changes the game is investing consistently, even if it's a small amount. Now hold on to this. Because here comes another point that almost no one talks about. There's something that can massively accelerate your money's growth, or destroy everything without you even noticing. And it's hidden in something that seems small. Something many people completely ignore. Fees. Yes, fees. It may seem like a detail. But it's not. Imagine you're investing and earning 10% per year. Sounds great, right? But then comes a 2% annual fee. Now you're not earning 10% anymore. You're earning 8%. Oh, but it's just 2%. Just? Now think about that over 10, 20, 30 years. Those 2% don't look small anymore. They can cut a massive portion of your final wealth. It's like someone is taking pieces out of your snowball while it grows. And you don't even notice. And that's exactly why many people invest for years and end up frustrated. They think the problem is the investment. But in reality, it's what's hidden behind it. Now you already know 3 things that change everything: compound interest, time, consistency. But there's still one missing piece. The piece that turns all of this into real accelerated growth. The piece that makes money work faster and stronger. And when you understand this, it's like hitting a turbo button on your money. Here comes the missing piece. The turbo that truly accelerates everything. And it's simpler than you think. Rate of return. Yes, how much your money earns. But wait. This isn't about chasing miracle investments. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about understanding how small differences create a massive impact over time. Let me show you in a simple way. Imagine 2 people. They both invest the same amount, with the same consistency, for the same time. The only difference? One earns 8% per year. The other earns 12%. Doesn't seem like much, right? Just a 4% difference. But over 20, 30 years, that difference becomes something unbelievable. It's not just double. It could be 2x, 3x, or even more money in the end. This is where the game changes. Because now you understand it's not just about investing. It's about investing well. And what does investing well mean? It's not about predicting the market. It's not about gambling. It's not about getting rich fast. It's about choosing assets that grow over time. And letting time do the heavy lifting. Now put everything you've learned together. Compound interest makes money grow. Time multiplies that growth. Consistency feeds the snowball. And the rate of return accelerates everything. That's the system. Simple. But extremely powerful. And now comes the most important question of all. Why don't most people do this? Because it doesn't feel exciting. There's no adrenaline. There are no immediate results. And humans are impatient. But those who understand this play a different game. A quiet game. A game that starts slow, but ends far ahead of everyone else. Now let me be direct with you. You don't need a lot of money to start. You need to start. Even if it's small. Even if it feels insignificant. Because in the world of compound interest, what is small today can be massive tomorrow. And here's the final truth you need to take with you. It's not about working more for money. It's about making money work for you. If you understood this, congratulations. You're already ahead of most people. Now comment below. I will start. Because when you write it, you commit. And don't forget. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because here, you'll learn step by step how to build a financial life most people will never have. See you in the next video.